Now, I'm just going to park there all the time. About a month ago, I moved into a quiet residential neighborhood. My house doesn't have a driveway or garage, so I rely entirely on street parking. Fortunately, since the area isn't near any businesses or popular spots, parking is usually available close to home. The neighborhood isn't gated, has no HOA, and there are no signs or permit requirements for street parking. It's just a calm, suburban street shared by the residents. Everything was fine, except for one house about 4 doors down. Every day, 3 orange traffic cones appear in front of their house, blocking off enough curb space for at least 3 vehicles. I'd love to assume it's for convenience, but I've never once seen the homeowners use that space. They already have a long driveway and a detached garage, neither of which appear to be in use. I pass their home daily on dog walks, and there's never a car parked in those reserved spots or their driveway. In fact, I've never even seen the neighbors themselves. The curtains are always drawn, no lights on in the front, just a faint glow in the backyard at night. One evening, I returned home and parking was tight. The only available space was the one with cones. It was late, and I wasn't about to park a block away just to appease someone's sense of sidewalk ownership. So I moved the cones onto the sidewalk and parked. The next morning I saw the cones had been placed behind my car, which I had to move again to leave. Passive-aggressive, but nothing I couldn't handle. A week later, the same thing happened. No open spots except theirs. I moved the cones, parked, and again they were behind my car the next day. Still, I ignored it. Then it happened a third time. This time I returned from walking my dog to find a printed note on my windshield. Not handwritten, printed. It stated that my license plate had been reported to parking enforcement and encouraged me to park in front of my own residence for the consideration of neighbors. That's when the petty switch flipped. First, I called parking enforcement myself and explained the situation. The woman on the phone laughed and confirmed that not only was I doing nothing wrong, but the neighbor had no authority to claim public parking. She gave me the number for a Bureau of Street Services investigator who could issue a citation for misuse of the curb, though I'd need to wait until Monday since it was already Friday afternoon. Next, I decided if one car bothered them, 2 would really hit the mark. My girlfriend had her car parked in front of our house, so I moved it in front of the cone house too. Bonus, her Tesla has cameras on all sides, so if anything sketchy happens, we'll have footage. Finally, I started considering a longer-term plan. If citations don't happen or they continue this nonsense, I'm seriously thinking about buying the oldest, ugliest car I can find, registering it as non-operational, and legally parking it in front of their house indefinitely. A rolling eyesore to match their behavior. There's no logical reason they'd want the street in front of their home to remain empty. It's not a high-traffic area. They don't use the space themselves. No one's fighting for parking, and there are no nearby businesses drawing random cars. The only explanation is that they enjoy the appearance of an unobstructed curb, and believe they're entitled to it. But that's not how public property works. I've been courteous, I've parked elsewhere when possible, but when they try to lay claim to something they don't own, then get passive-aggressive when challenged, the gloves come off. Now when I see those cones, I don't hesitate. I move them, I park, and I smile. And if they want to keep pushing it, I'll make sure that stretch of curb stays occupied for a long, long time.